Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, His Cry of Judgment Against the Nations. His cry of judgment against the nations. Call halal yamla, alahayanawa, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal yamla, alahayanawa, Yahawah, abanawa, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. And the Lord is making his plea against the nations, man, and ultimately Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil. And that thing that's going on in Russia with Ukraine, that's been it's been escalated, and basically this thing is almost going on 2 years already. And this is just the beginning of sorrows, and it's great destruction that's going on over there, and over there, in Russia and Ukraine. It's some great pain and suffering that's going on, and this is just the Lord, making his cry of judgment that's coming to all against all the nations, man, that have oppressed, Israel, oppressed his people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You see, and we see what's going on with the migrant crisis, and this is ultimately. This which would be the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Native American Indians and the Latinos that's pouring into this country, America, and this is originally their land. You have a lot of the Edomites and even some of the so-called Negroes, man, some of the Southern Kingdom complaining, and even the other nations that then came over here, complaining about the so-called Latino or, Native American Indian, about them having their land or coming into this country. And this is originally their land. You see? But, things are just so turned upside down in this world, man. And judgment is going forth. They keep talking about this government shutdown. It is going to be shut down, whether it happens now or it happens a year from now. This place is America is going to collapse, because this is thus saith the Lord. And what they have done, to the Lord's people, you other nations. There's 19 nations on this planet, and the Lord is only dealing with one nation, and that's the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And to the Israelites that are scattered into these other nations that look like the other nations. You have some Israelites that look like Ed Sheeran or Tom Brady or Bruce Lee. You have Israelites that are scattered You know, but their seed line, their forefather, it goes back to Jacob. You know, their father goes back to Jacob because it's based on what your father is. So, yeah, you have the speckled birds that look like other nations. They're not all going to look like LeBron James or George Lopez or, you know, but, you know, that's mingling in, you know, because the Lord told you in Deuteronomy that he was going to scatter Israel into all nations from one end of the earth to the other, man. And this is what's been happened over time, and you have Israelites that look like these other nations. But ultimately, yeah, Israel is a people of color, man. But Salakia, but the punishment that's about to be dished out, you know, ultimately to this place, America. You got power outages and blackouts that are coming. The funding of police, the police shortages, the 911 emergency crisis. These hospitals are going to end up collapsing, and the medical supply is going to be damaged. Civil war is coming. Civil war is coming. You know, you have all this stuff that's coming down the line. These are the last days of hanging out with your family and traveling from state to state and, you know, birthdays and stuff like that. These are the last days. And the Lord is coming back, and he's coming back to deliver the elect out of Israel. The elect. He's going to put 2/3 of his own people to death because they just don't want to do right. They don't want to be righteous. They don't want to be holy and serve him, man. So the Lord's going to have to erase 2/3 of his own people. And then it trickles down to the other nations, you know, that have oppressed the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, his people. And ultimately his prophets that have mocked and scorned. Because the Lord told you he was going to take the fool. What do you say? The weak or the foolish? Roughly paraphrasing it, the foolish to confound the wise. And these prophets, you know, amongst Israel, you know, starting with the apostles and the elders and bishops and prophets on down at Great Millstone, and other men teaching the same likewise doctrine and prophesying and calling on the name YAHAWAH, YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. You know, we look foolish unto the other nations, and even to you know, 2/3 of our own people. We look foolish, you know, putting on garments and saying we're Israelites and what the Lord is going to do as far as prophecies and things like that. You know, we look foolish unto people. Standing out there on the street ministries, you know, doing these sit-down lessons, calling on the name, you know, YAHAWAH, YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI, that they just don't believe that. It's just impossible to them. It looks foolish. But as we can see, it is starting to become clear on who has the truth. Because in this place, America, Babylon, the second Egypt, the Lord is going to destroy this place. And we see this place, it's crumbling. The writing is all over the wall. And you would be a damn fool to sit here and to say there's nothing happening. That's okay. Keep that same mindset. The prophets have the truth, starting with the men of Great Millstone. You see, there's only one doctrine, man. We're warning our people about the Jacob's trouble that's coming. Danger, trouble. We're warning our people about the RFID, the C-hip, the chocolate chip, the technology that they're going to try to put under your skin that where no man can buy or sell. It's coming. And ultimately, that nuclear fire, those ICBM missiles that are going to be shot off, and 200 million missiles are going to hit this place, and it's going to burn it to the ground, man. We're warning our people, but a lot of people, they say that sounds foolish. And the missiles are being revved up. They're getting ready. A lot of people are going to die in this thermonuclear fire, man, this fervent heat. The Lord is angry with you nations and even 2/3 of his own people. It's being revealed. It's being revealed. The Lord is stripping you Americans of everything. He's stripping you. You don't celebrate none of his holy days. You don't you don't believe in YAHAWAH, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, the God of Israel. And there's a lot of Edomites here in in America, Babylon, and across the world too. Because that's number one on the Lord's hit list, and then on to you other nations. So the Lord is getting ready to do severe damage. It's disaster coming, famine. The Lord's going to strip you of your food. Coming down the line here, food is going to be stripped. There's going to be a lot of people that die of starvation. The famine, the pestilence, the sicknesses that he's sending on this place, America, Babylon, and across the world. There's a worldwide famine coming. There's a worldwide pestilence, diseases that are coming. There's violence, civil war. We're seeing it more and more. The people are going to come against the government real soon here. They're going to have no other choice. The Lord also is going to use these animals. You're going to start to see more and more and more strange animals and different sightings and creatures. The Lord is going to use the birds, the fowls of the air to start attacking people. These are judgments and plagues that the Lord is going to send on this place, America, Babylon, and across the world, man. His cry of judgment against the nations. There's no peace coming to you. The only peace is going to be to the elect, who's going to be guided and protected out of the tribes, man. And we're watching this unfold. Let me get to the scriptures. I got a few scriptures and I'm going to close out. I don't want to make this too long. Call halayim la alahayana wa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Let me go here. Let me go to and the Lord is about to remove you from your physical cash. Your days of physical cash are coming to the end. And from what I seen today, this morning, I think here in California, that they've raised the wages, the minimum wage, to $20. So that UBI, that universal basic income, is coming. Your days of physical cash are coming to an end. This beast system is about to bring you to your knees, and you will own nothing and be happy. And you Americans have been spoiled, and you're accustomed to living a certain way. But judgment is coming. Judgment is knocking at the door, and this is ultimately YAHAWAH BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. But it says, let me read right here. I got a few and I'm gonna close out. Jeremiah 25 and 30. Jeremiah 25 and 30. It says, therefore prophesy. See, prophesy. And if you're not coming in the spirit of prophecy, you're not doing the will of the Lord. You're not speaking the Lord's word. It says, therefore prophesy thou against them all. Against all you nations, 2/3 of our people. Prophesy thou against them all these words. Our words? No. The Lord's words that's written in this book. Prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, YAHAWAHSHI shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He cried the cry for judgment, man, into all lands, all nations. There's trouble coming to all the cities near you. There's trouble. The lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of supplies, violence, all of this is coming into your cities, all your lands, natural disasters, storms, and fires, and pestilence, and chaos. The Lord is sending this into all nations and all cities across the world, man. And you know who's going to be guided and protected? The elect. There's no escaping this, man. It says, he shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout. See, as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Against all the inhabitants of the earth. There's the disaster coming. There's disaster coming. Ain't nothing gonna save you. All that Bitcoin, and you're stocking up on supplies and trying to get you a bug out place, a shelter. That shit ain't. The Lord gonna smash that. The Lord has. He's gonna throw the kitchen sink at this place, man, and across the world. There's unspeakable evil and terror that the Lord is bringing, man. Destruction. There's nowhere to go. You other nations gonna get it. 2/3 of Israel, you hard-headed Israelites, 2/3 of you that reject this heritage and you reject your power, you are going to get it. Ain't none of your degrees or your philosophies and none of that's gonna save you, man. None of it. It says 31. It says a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. The Lord, YAHAWAHSHI, the God of Israel. Hey, he has a controversy with you nations. You have oppressed, you have murdered, you have tortured, and robbed and lied and humiliated his people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. He has a controversy with you. This is why in that land of Israel, the so-called Jewish, you're calling yourself the real people, the real chosen people of the Lord. There's nothing but destruction going on in that land. The Lord said when the tribes, when his real people, the elect, starting with the elect, when his real new Jerusalem, when real Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is a people before a place, but when the kingdom, when it is set up, that Jacob would dwell safely, none would make him afraid. So that's a big lie. The Lord's going to destroy that land too, but it's going to be built back up because that's where the kingdom is going to be at, right there in Jerusalem. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. See, the kingdom is going to be right here on earth, right there in Jerusalem. And it's going to be the government that the Lord is setting up with the YAHAWAHSHI, the Son, at the head, and King David under him, with the 12 disciples under King David, and then the 144,000, the prophets, the teachers that are going to be set up. That's the coming government. That's the next government. And it's going to be with the spiritual power, the glory that's going to be set up. And the world's going to be ruled in righteousness. It'll never be overthrown. This is coming. But he said, the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord. The sword, death, famine, and destruction. That's coming. There's nothing else to it. Your days of watching the football games and celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving, they're coming to an end. 32, it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil. See, then this is what's coming. Evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. There's nothing but destruction, disaster upon disaster that's coming on the earth and to you other nations. There's nowhere to go. All the science and technology and trying to get to the moon, that's never going to happen, man. This is it for starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and to you other nations. It's over. It's over. It says 33. I'll close out with this. It says, and the slain, I'll close out with this. 33. It says, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. There's going to be so much death coming. We just seen over there in Morocco, dinner 40,000 got put to death. But there's going to be so much death. We're going to witness 200,000, 2 million people get put to death all at one time. Great death coming. Great death coming. It says, the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other. They shall not be laminated, neither gathered, nor buried. The days of funerals and going to funeral services and buryings, them days are coming. There's going to be just dead bodies everywhere. The total collapse of society. Mourning, suffering, tears. It says, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. You're going to be like bird poop, dog shit laying on the ground in these last days, just bodies everywhere. It's disaster coming. Shalom.